please help out the channel. Hit that subscription button. I'm coming out with tons of videos and you don't want to miss them. Imperial Teen, yoo-hoo. Just this E minor chord. Okay, we're gonna play it low, open style here. Okay, and you don't have to hit the whole deal there. You can just hit, all the way to the G string. Sounds good. And it's just gonna be more strumming on this, where we're doing like eighth note strumming, just kind of, downstrokes. All right, and we're gonna go all about like 7 strums on that, and then we're just gonna lift up. Kind of hit that open little transitional G that happens there a lot. Okay, so just okay, and then from there we just go to an A chord. All right, and same deal with that. Just strum it, eighth note strums. Do about 5 on that. But at this point, we get to add this cool little riff, where on the G string we just come over, hit 3rd fret. While we're strumming the whole thing. 3rd fret, next strum will be 2nd fret, and then we just hit that open. Okay, so it'd be like, okay. It's just all happening smooth, like as we're strumming through it. Alright, so cool little thing that happens at the end of that chord. So once you get that, you just repeat that whole thing. Okay, and that's pretty much the whole first guitar part in the whole song. All right, and once everything comes in, drums, all that bass, there's a second guitar that joins in, mostly during like the intro here and the choruses. Not really on the verses, but it's playing the same chords as the other guitar, but it's just doing it kind of more straight up and in a different voicing. Okay, so it's playing the E minor up here at the 7, all right, 7A, 9/9 on the D and G, and 8 on the B. Okay, but it's still strumming it the same way, just 8th note strums for, 8 per measure. Okay, but it's just kind of just being straight up, no like opens or anything like that. And it goes from there to this A voicing, the bar chord A. Okay, and same deal with that, just 8 strums on there. And that's all it's doing, just kind of bouncing between those two. Alright, and the coolest part of the song, we get these little lead riffs that come in, and it's doing that cool technique where it's just kind of bouncing between open string to notes, kind of higher up notes to open strings. It's always fun to play those. And here it's going to be on the B string, and basically we're just going to go 12 open, 11 open, 10 open, then we go to 8 open. So alright, and that'll be the first measure. The second measure of it, for the intro, we're just going to hit 8 7s on the B. Okay. Alright, and once we get to the middle of the song, we get to, I guess you could say, a solo or interlude section there. Just the middle part where the lead riff comes back in. It's going to do it pretty much the same way as we did in the intro. Okay, so we're doing our 12 open, 11, 10, 8, and then get to the 7s here. But those very last 2 notes, that 7th and 8th last couple notes in that measure, just come back to the 8th note and hit 2 of those. Okay, so we went. All right, and so that's the first chunk of it. We're going to come up and do our scale down again the same way. Get to those 7s, but this time we'll end it with a couple of 6 frets here on the B. So we do our 7s all the way, about 6 of them. Okay, and then we do a couple 6s. So we went to 8, but now we're just going to go down 1. So. All right, now we kind of add a new lead part here. Still kind of the same style as what we've done before, but this time we're going to come all the way up to the 15 of the B. And this one, we just go down a fret each time all the way to the 11. And this one, we're going to end with a couple of 10s. Okay. All right, and then we would just wrap the whole thing up by going back to our original scale down. All right, and this one is pretty much the same as the intro. We just end on nothing but 7s. Okay, but just as the new measure of the next verse comes in, just hit a 5. So all right, and when the outro comes along, we're basically just going to play this whole middle lead section again. So no sweat there, we already know it. So once it happens in the outro, you're all set. Okay, the only additional thing that happens really is there's a break section right after that middle instrumental part. And, it's just kind of real mellow. Everybody just chills out. But then towards the end of it, we just get a little bit of like alternate picking here where it's that second guitar who's at that higher E minor. Okay, and all they're doing is they're just picking between the 8 on the B and the 9 on the G about 4 times.